Now, on various programs right here on NDTV, many leaders of the opposition, while speaking in the context of opposition unity, have spoken about a concept which is not new in Indian politics. It has been tried. Now, you can argue whether this has been successful, in the long run or not. That is a point of argument, but it has delivered certain results. Most recently in Bihar in 2015, the entire episode of Mahagathbandhan. This concept is called OSOC. Is the opposition working on this project? Now you wonder, what is OSOC? One seat, one candidate, which means to defeat the Bharatiya Janata Party, you field only one united opposition candidate from one seat and replicate this formula across 543 Lok Sabha seats. Is this an extremely ambitious project which the opposition wants to launch? Is this a reality? Is it possible? Or is this going to be a pipe dream? One straight effort was made today between the Congress party and the JDU, and they said, we'll get more people on board. That process has only just begun. Will this work or not? Let's put that to a short discussion. Dr. Naval Kishore, spokesperson of the RJD, Mr. R.P. Singh, spokesperson of the BJP, and Dr. Nasir Hussain, Congress MP. Thank you very much for joining us. Dr. Hussain, I want to begin with you first. You see, we had Mr. K.C. Tyagi on our show yesterday, who said that the JDU formula or the JDU idea of opposition unity is one seat, one candidate. United opposition fielding exactly one candidate. No friendly fight, nothing. Do you feel that this is an achievable formula and an achievable target ahead of 2024?
See, I would not go into the nitty-gritties of what the meeting took place and how the opposition unity will be achieved and what kind of seat sharing will be there in different states. There are different formulas advocated by different leaders and different parties in different contexts. But I would just like to state here from Congress party that we were able to achieve a larger unity of the opposition parties while the parliament was in session, especially this session, and before earlier also in last 4-5 sessions there were large large turnout in our protests. There were 17-18 parties attending the opposition parties meeting. This session it went up to 20 parties attending the opposition meetings, joint protests, joint press conferences, joint show of strength, joint issues being raised in the parliament. So I think the whole idea of meeting and discussing with the leaders is that we need to take these issues down to the people in the country, these issues outside the parliament, these issues to a larger audience outside the parliament. How do we achieve this? So I think there has been enough discussion while we were meeting in the opposition parties meeting while the session was on. Now I think to have better clarity and more clarity on that, we had this preliminary meeting today where Mr. Nitish Kumar ji, Mr. Tejasvi Yadav from RJD, Mr. Lalan Singh Saab, the national president of JDU, and from Congress party, Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge ji, Mr. Rahul Gandhi ji, all these people were there in the meeting today. And then where we discussed and we set an agenda for ourselves. We said that we'll reach out to all the UPA constituents and also the non-UPA like-minded opposition parties, talk to them and see how we can take this agenda down to the people. At the same time, what we can do to bring more consensus and wider unity among the opposition parties.
Dr. Hussain, I think the only way you can do this is by way of a formula, right? Electorally, how do you ensure that you are successful? Can only happen, as Mr. K.C. Tyagi, who is now also with us, he said on our show. K.C. Tyagi, आपने कुछ दिन पहले हमारे शो पर ये बोला कि नीतीश कुमार की तरफ से फॉर्मूला जो है वो है वन सीट वन कैंडिडेट फॉर्मूला. इतिहास में भी ये फॉर्मूला लगाया जा चुका है, ये किया जा चुका है, और विपक्ष की तरफ से अगर साझा उम्मीदवार एक उम्मीदवार हो तो बीजेपी को हराया जा सकता है, जिस तरीके से कांग्रेस को सन 77 में हराया गया था. आपको लगता है कि 2024 में ये संभव है?
देखिए, अगर विपक्षी दल ये महसूस करते हैं कि डेमोक्रेटिक राइट्स के वायलेशन हो रहे हैं, कम्युनल फ्लेयर अप हो रहा है, स्टेट सेंटर रिलेशनशिप खराब हैं, उनके साथ जुर्म जातियां दमन हो रहे हैं जैसे 77 में हुए थे, या करप्शन एक मुद्दा है, या जो जांच एजेंसीज हैं उनका रोल ज़्यादा खराब हो गया है। तो इन सारे सवालों पर जो पॉलिटिकल पार्टी ज़्यादा शिद्दत के साथ महसूस करेंगी तो 77 भी होगा और 89 भी होगा। और संकेत जी, मैं दोनों में रहा हूँ, इसलिए मैं आपसे कहना चाहता हूँ कि 77 में बीजेपी भी साथ थी, जनसंघ भी साथ थी, समाजवादी भी साथ थे, और 89 में तो लेफ्ट और बीजेपी दोनों साथ थे, जनता दल बीच में था। लिहाजा अगर कोई व्यापक बड़ी एकता बीजेपी जैसे बड़े संगठन के लिए और नरेंद्र मोदी जैसे सशक्त नेता के लिए अगर कोई बननी है तो 1 अगेंस्ट 1 करना पड़ेगा, जो नीतीश का फॉर्मूला है। मैं उस दिन भी आपसे कहा था, फिर रिपीट करता हूं, हमने 1 अगेंस्ट 1 का इंतजाम बिहार में कर लिया है। हमने आरजेडी से दोस्ती करी, 50 साल के रिश्ते हमारे कांग्रेस से खराब थे, वो हमने किए। सीपीआई, सीपीएम, सीपीआई, एमएल और जीतन राम जी की पार्टी, अगर जो दल ईमानदारी से बीजेपी से लड़ना चाहते हैं, पराजित करना चाहते हैं, तो नीतीश फॉर्मूला ऑफ 2024 1 अगेंस्ट 1 है।
One seat, one candidate formula is what KC Tyagi seems to be proposing, something which has been tried in the past. But RP Singh, you see, if we have to learn from history, then we know that 1977 and 1989, when one seat, one candidate formula was applied, and it worked also, but it did not last for very long. So you can ensure an electoral win, but then somehow it appears that there is not enough social glue to keep this alliance together. Is that what gives you confidence?
Sanket, first let me संकेत, पहले मुझे इसी बात पे करनी चाहिए बात कि मुंगेरी लाल के हसीन सपने हैं। हाँ, देखने में कोई बुराई नहीं है। आप भी देखिए, बाकी दलों के जो सदस्य वो भी देखें कि ऐसे सपने पूरे हो सकते हैं, नहीं हो सकते। परंतु 75 के अंदर इमरजेंसी थी, मैंने इमरजेंसी में काम किया है, इमरजेंसी के विरोध में काम किया है, और देखा है मैंने 77 में कैसे मामला बना। आज देश में वैसे हालात तो नहीं है बिल्कुल भी। और 89 के अंदर भ्रष्टाचार पीक पे था, मतलब राजीव गांधी की क्रेडिबिलिटी बिल्कुल जीरो थी। और जिस प्रकार वो 400 सीटें जीत कर आए थे, उस प्रकार जिस प्रकार फिर बीपी सिंह ने बोफोर्स का सारा मामला हुआ, सारा मामला सबको ध्यान में है, तो वो हालत सबको याद है। परंतु 1 सीट 1 कैंडिडेट की भी बात कर लें, क्या ममता बनर्जी बंगाल के अंदर लेफ्ट पार्टी के साथ समझौता करेंगी? क्या कांग्रेस पार्टी और लेफ्ट पार्टी एक साथ जाएंगे केरल के अंदर? क्या बीआरएस कांग्रेस के साथ मिलकर चुनाव लड़ेगी तेलंगाना के अंदर? क्या आंध्रा के अंदर समझौता हो पाएगा कांग्रेस का वहां पर? क्या बीजेपी कांग्रेस के साथ समझौता करेगी? क्या अखिलेश यादव कांग्रेस को कहने एक मिनट दे दीजिए, एक मिनट, क्या कांग्रेस को अखिलेश यादव 80 में से 8 सीटें दे देंगे? क्या तो क्या कि हाँ, सपने देखने में कोई बुराई नहीं। और ये जो दल आज इकट्ठे आप दिखा रहे हैं, ये तो वहां पर सत्ता में है, वहां पर इकट्ठे चल रहे हैं, वहां पर तो ये सत्ता में भागीदार हैं। और जो लोग सपने देख रहे हैं कि नीतीश बाबू को वो देश का प्रधानमंत्री बनाने का सपना देखते हैं, जब नीतीश बाबू खुद अपने आप को देश का प्रधानमंत्री देखते हैं, तो राहुल गांधी से पूछ लेना चाहिए कि क्या वह नीतीश बाबू को देश का प्रधानमंत्री बनाने को तैयार है। और कैसे प्रधानमंत्री, जिनसे बिहार संभल नहीं रहा, बिहार के अंदर सासाराम और बिहार शरीफ में जिस प्रकार की घटना चक्र चला, जिस प्रकार से दंगे हुए, सबने देखे। और वहां पर एक विधायक उनके ओपनली कहते हैं, एक मिनट दे दीजिए, एक विधायक कहते हैं हम मुसलमान बच्चे हमारी आत्मरक्षा में बम बनाते हैं, तो क्या हुआ? ये मैं नहीं कह रहा, उनके विधायक हैं मोहम्मद निहालुद्दीन, वो कहते हैं नीतीश कुमार की जबान से एक शब्द नहीं निकला। तो इस प्रकार का अगर मामला है, तो कैसे वो देश के अपने आप को प्रधानमंत्री बनने के लिए समझते हैं कि बन पाएंगे?
Okay, we get the perspective of the BJP. Dr. Naval Kishore, spokesperson of the RJD, you see, the moment there is a talk of 1 against 1, 1 seat, 1 candidate, or any other formulations that Dr. Nasir Hussain is talking about, which may be agreed upon by a few, or state-specific alliances and understandings between the opposition. You see, the BJP can always turn around and say, the Prime Minister has already mentioned that this is a coalition of the corrupt. सारे भ्रष्ट लोग एक साथ आ गए, उन्होंने कहा. ऐसे में, do you feel that this further emboldens the BJP in saying that, look, all of them had to come together to defeat us, and yet they could not?
Sanket, okay. Can I come in?
Yes.
Yeah. There is one way to look at the same thing. When Narendra Modi ji looks at opposition, he says that it is a collection of corrupt people. But when we look at BJP, it is collection of most corrupt people in the party. So leave that. That is for the people to decide. What I am saying, and that is important, is for opposition unity, is that each one who consider themselves as a party in opposition has accepted the fundamental premises that this government must go. इसमें कोई शक नहीं है, कोई डाउट नहीं है, ना आरजेडी में, ना जेडीयू में, ना कांग्रेस में, ना कोई भी हमारे साथ जो दल है विपक्ष में, सबके पास है. ये प्रीमाइस है. और ये प्रीमाइस क्यों है? फॉर टू रीजंस. वन, जिस तरह से सरकार, दो सरकारें, मोदी 1 एंड मोदी 2, डिलीवरी के नाम पे जीरो है, कोई उपलब्धि नहीं है. अगर आप देखेंगे तो उपलब्धि शून्य, ऑलमोस्ट शून्य है कोई भी विकास के मुद्दे पे. और हमारे मित्र प्रवक्ता कह रहे हैं सपना देखना तो फिर भी ठीक है, लेकिन इस सपना दिखाना, लोगों को, पूरे जन समूह को सपना दिखाना कि 2 करोड़ नौकरी देंगे, 15 लाख रुपए देंगे, सबको घर देंगे,
मेरा उत्तर ले लीजिएगा.
हाँ बिल्कुल, just one moment.
देंगे. ये सपना दिखाना तो अपराध है ना. ये अपराध मोदी सरकार ने किया है और कर रहा है. हमारा कहना है कि जो अपोजिशन यूनिटी जो आप जिसकी बात कर रहे हैं, वन सीट 1 कैंडिडेट, ये तो पूरा अलायंस का ही फॉर्मूला है. बीजेपी ने जो जीत हासिल की है पिछले 2 चुनावों में, वो भी तो अलायंस के आधार पर किया है. अब समस्या क्या है मोदी जी की और भाजपा की या उनके सहयोगी संगठन की, कि उनके एक एक मजबूत घटक दल उनको छोड़कर बाहर आ गए हैं और वह बता रहे हैं कि यह सरकार, यह दल, यह संगठन जन विरोधी है, देश विरोधी है, पूरा कोई बात नहीं करता है, विकास का काम नहीं करता है, केवल बात करता है. ऐसे सरकार को देश हित में, संविधान हित में, लोक हित में जाना चाहिए. एंड दैट इज व्हाई there is a political environment in which all political party in opposition are trying to come together. How they will fight election, how they will contest, it will be decided. It is in the process and we will see its completion.
Okay, so the opposition says don't worry too much about how we are going to forge our alliance. Yes, Dr. Nasir Hussain. I'll come to you, Mr. R.P. Singh, for your right to reply. But Dr. Nasir Hussain, let me ask that question to you. You've already seen that the BJP has mounted this argument that, look, this is a coalition of the corrupt. All of them seem to be getting together just to defeat the BJP. So anti-Modiism is their big plank for 2024 and nothing else. How do you counter this narrative?
See, I want to make 2-3 points here. Point number 1, somebody said that after 1997 and what happened after 1998, after the election, what happened. I would like to counter that with 2004 and 2009. There was an UPA alliance before the election, and there was UPA election UPA alliance before the election in 2004 and 2009, and the alliance lasted for 10 years. So I think there's no doubt that whatever alliance will put in place before 2024 will last even after the election. My friend from RJD was saying that nobody left UPA. In effect, powerful alliance partners of the BJP left NDA. Where is Shiv Sena now? Where is JDU now? Where is Akali Dal now? And many others like BJD, YSRCP, BRS and TDP. They are having love and hate relationship with BJP and Mr. Modi. This is point number 1. Point number 2, I am again challenging the BJP chairperson, BJP spokesperson on the show. Why are you scared of JPC in Adani? Let there be a JPC. Then the whole country will know who is corrupt and who is not corrupt. Everyone will know from where the money is being laundered in 38 shell companies of Mr. Adani. So how is money going out and how is money coming out? I need to answer that. Whose money is that?
Yeah, one
whose money is coming in PM case? There are so many other issues which will clearly show that BJP
you see, Dr. Hussain, you are raising certain issues The topic of discussion today is about opposition unity and the formula that needs to be adopted. You just heard Mr. K.C. Tyagi. I'm drawing your attention back to that.
I am countering the arguments that have been put forth by the other people.
Yeah.
When they say it's an alliance of the corrupt, I am asking them how I'm trying to tell the people of the country how this party is corrupt. Why are they not constituting a JPC in Adani? Then दूध का दूध पानी का पानी.
Okay, I'll give Mr. R.P. Singh a right to reply on that point. But my point specifically of this debate, Dr. Hussain, was how do you come up with this formula?
Let me finish. Let me finish. And the third point is that, see, there are several formulas. Our senior friend from JDU just spoke. He gave one formula. There are other formulas which the other alliance partners are putting forth. I think all these formulas will be taken care, will be seen, will be debated, discussed keenly, and after that we will arrive at a formula as to how the alliances will work in different states, how we will take on the BJP and the incumbent government at the center, which party will get which seats in which state. It all will be decided at the later stage. Now it's a preliminary meeting, and the idea is to reach out to as many as like-minded opposition parties as possible at this level.
Okay. R.P. Singh, your response. So one seat, one candidate is one of the many formulas, says Dr. Nasir Hussain. Not the only one.
Well, I was expecting answer from the RJD about Nehaluddin, who said, and you also didn't ask him that, is their formula of running the country is that asking the Muslim children to make bombs for their self-protection? I mean, that's what their MLA has said on record, and then no one from the RJD or JDU or neither
Yes,
Mr. Nitish Kumar has
Dr.
condemned
Kishore,
this,
I will-
neither he has been given a show cause notice. Can I complete now?
Yes, but I'm just telling you that Dr. Kishore will give a reply to this. The moment you conclude.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So I was expecting, I asked this question in the first round and I expected the answer, but it didn't came. And also, Shah Sahab, let's understand this. You speak of opposition unity. Your spokesperson, Alka Lamba, just recently said Mr. Sharad Pawar is a greedy man. And then you expect Mr. Sharad Pawar to be part of the alliance after this, and none of your spokesperson, none of your party leaders have condemned your spokesperson on this, that he has, she is a disgrace if he says this sort of words for such a senior leader. Other thing is, what Mr. Nasiruddin is talking about. He is talking about Mr. Adani's some 20,000 crore rupees or some figure, some shell company. How do they know about all this amount in shell companies? And let me answer. I think they know all this. Is it because this is money of Mr. Robert Vadra which is invested? Is it because of that you are making so much of hue and cry? Otherwise, no one knows this figure. How do you come to the figure? Your spokesperson day in, day in come and speak about this figure. You come and talk about the shell companies. And,
okay.
And also, probably because how will you know? You don't know, Sanket, this figure. What is the source of the figure? What is the reason of the shell company? But otherwise,
all I know at this moment, one moment, Dr. Kishore, before you reply. All I know is right now the discussion that we are having is on the issue of the latest formula that one has learnt from Mr. K.C. Tyagi. Mr. K.C. Tyagi proposes a formula. We can have another debate where we can discuss on the JPC issue in the Hindenburg report later.
On 2nd February, Mr. Khadge is on record asking for Supreme Court monitored investigation.
Okay, Dr. Naval Kishore's quick response.
Or JPC.
On issues raised by Mr. R.P. Singh on your leader. And
R.P. Singh also must answer first. We have never said anything about those content which are said in that way. हमने कभी उसको कुछ बोला नहीं है. आपके नेता जो देश के प्रधानमंत्री हैं, उन्होंने गांधी को जो गाली दिया खुलकर, उसके विषय में उन्होंने क्या किया? क्या वो संसद से बाहर हटाए? पार्टी ने कोई कार्रवाई की? जबकि गांधी जी को कोई गाली देता है, गांधी जी के हत्यारा को माला पहनाता है, और उसके बाद हम कहते हैं अरे आरपी सिंह, कभी आपको शर्म नहीं आएगी?
Okay, I'm going to have to come in here. The very limited point of discussion that we were having is on this latest formula which has been proposed by the JDU the Nitish Kumar formula of one seat, one candidate, which is not a new one, it's an old formula. Will it work or will it not? Dr. Nasir Hussain says this is one of the many formulas that will be discussed and debated upon. Thank you very much for joining us.